Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing your weekly psychic tarot reading, tuning into the week's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for you. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. All right, Virgo, let's get to your reading. In the past, we have, the Two of Cups, Two of Emotions. It feels like you each took the dive. I'm diving in. I'm in love. And I don't care who knows it. It feels like, this is lovely. Oh, okay. This is lovely. The challenge is that this was a karmic relationship. I'm getting that this had the potential to be a blessing, but it looks like you both, there were lessons that you needed to learn about being in love. And so this ended up being a karmic relationship. I feel like that same, oh my gosh, we're both taking the deep dive. We're both in love. I don't care who knows it. This is so, so I felt that too, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the one. That kind of energy. And the challenge is that this was actually a lesson. I think what you were connecting with each other, you thought that you were connecting with each other's blessings, with your actual selves. It feels like what was matching is your wounds, unhealed wounds that both of you had yet to heal. So that connection was, yes, we have the same wounds. It's very confusing because even I, tuning into this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah, okay. So this relationship was for healing from childhood wounds. And what I'm gathering is that at some point something shifted in your relationship, and I get that this is you in the canal and this is the partner, and you're like, hey, I'm in the cold water, and they're like, hey, yeah, that's where I put you. This is love. And I feel like you kept trying to communicate, this is not loving. I am not receiving this as loving. And this person's not hearing you. They keep saying this is what love is. Treating you as less than, you hurting, and they're oblivious. That sounds like it's a you problem. You don't like what I've afforded for you, what I've created for you. No, but this is love. So if you don't like where you're at, it sounds like, so gaslighting, it sounds like it's a you problem. Looks like you had to kind of wall yourself away inside. I mean, this is the person you're supposed to be very vulnerable with, and instead it feels like you have to protect yourself within this relationship. You have to protect your heart. It feels like you isolated because, it's very confusing. Am I the messed up one? It feels like this really messed with your head. This messed with your heart. And it feels like you kind of separated yourself from maybe everybody to try to figure this out. And it looks like you thought that there wasn't any change in this relationship. It feels like it just keeps going without any change, and it's not moving any. You're not fine. It feels like you try to get this person to care about you and care about how you're feeling, but every time you do that, it never gets you anywhere. You never are able to move this forward, ever able to get them to see that you don't like this treatment. But what's interesting is it looks like you keep staying in this relationship. I think because you had that initial, like, this is the love, this is my one. And with that belief, you keep staying in a karmic relationship that's unsatisfying, unloving, because of that love bombing or that initial love feelings that you had and impressions about this person. And instead, it feels like you're in a relationship with someone who's very immature, who doesn't want to talk. They're horrible at communicating. And when they do talk, it's about manipulation and deception. They don't want to learn a new way of being. They're pretty set. They're very rigid in how a relationship is. And if you find this a struggle or difficulty, that's on you. They really don't understand. It doesn't feel like no matter how much you communicate, they can't understand that this is not equal. This is not an equal partnership that you wanted to be in. You keep saying, I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm damp, I don't like where I'm at. Well, what's wrong with you that you don't like being in a healthy relationship? This is what love is. Well, of course they like the relationship because they're in a very different place. They put themselves higher. They stay dry. They're able to move around, but you're stuck. So it feels like it's the reason why it's impossible to communicate with this person is, of course, they know what's going on. They just don't want you to catch on. They don't want you to realize your value before they devalue you. Oh, this is definitely has like a narcissistic hints and rings, a flavor, if you will, Virgo. All right, Virgo, in present energy, we have the Six of Voices in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse. So it feels like it's very confusing in your noggin right now. Your thoughts, you might be going from thought to thought to thought. You might have like a lot of tabs open, that type of, so when you have a lot of tabs open on your computer, on your phone, that everything processes and runs slower. That's what this feels like. It feels like there's this belief that I've got a lot I need to think about. I've got a lot I need to process and keep track of. But this creates just a lot of open tabs. It looks like this is also making you feel exhausted as well. Just running a lot of energy. All right. Someone's coming in with communication, unwanted communication. The unwanted communication is from someone who's unapologetic, kind of feels a little bit like this person from your past. They're immature. They feel unapologetic with how they treated you. Yeah, they're just they lack maturity. They definitely lack emotional maturity. They don't know how to communicate other than using communication as a weapon to manipulate. So maybe this person coming in with these communications are also part of why you're walking on eggshells right now with the Six of Swords in reverse. That definitely has that walking on eggshells energy, anxiety. So this person still has access to you. What is it that we need to know? What does Virgo need to know most about what's going on? It looks like you're ending an exhausting cycle. You're letting go of some type of burdens. It feels like you've had to complete something. Something's had to come to an end here. You're waiting for something. You're focusing on loving yourself. It does feel like there's someone who's interested in you. It doesn't feel like the person I've been talking about, like in a loving way. We'll put a pin in that and come back. It does feel like you're focusing on filling your own cup, realizing your value. Ooh. Very well could be a third party that's causing this breakup or causing this difficulty in this connection. And maybe that's why this person is shallow and unapologetic. They feel justified. And actually, so does this third party person. They're seeing it from their perspective. It just doesn't work. Their relationship doesn't work, and it's not. They just got a very shallow, self-centered point of view. They don't care. They just want what they want. And what they want, let's see. Yeah, the third party person lacks the third party person is not guided by their internal compass. They lack enlightenment. This person feels very public, and it feels like they're easily swayed by public opinion. So this person believes what they're told. They feel kind of naive and silly to believe, that someone saying, I'm great, but my ex or whoever I'm dealing with is the problem. You're going through transformation, and I'm getting that the person you've been with, this unapologetic person, and quite possibly with the third party person, it feels like they're trying to manifest you not being able to have a new beginning. They are trying to block you from ending a cycle, blocking you. They want to block you from transformation, from ending a cycle, from moving on. They don't want you to move on. They want you to stay and feel powerless. It feels like they've really got this picture of you need to stay put. And what? So let's see what's hidden. All right, Virgo, what's hidden this week is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Voices in reverse. That's definitely tends to be the divorced card. What's hidden is this lies and deception, manipulation. What do we need to know? What does Virgo need to know? Yeah, what's hidden is someone is purposely trying to block your soul fulfillment. Like they want to be happy, but it feels like this, if this is a couple, if your person does have a third party, it feels like there's all this talk about how horrible you are, and this, it's not true, but they want to block you from being able to have your soul fulfillment, from just being able, the immaturity here of, I'm gonna make sure they pay, and instead of like, hey, this isn't working out, let's go our own way. None of that's happening. Instead, it's all deception, it's all lies, it's all trying to create confusion, trying to keep you on eggshells and blame you. Maybe that's the burden that you're letting go of because you love yourself. I'm no longer going to carry the burdens of how you feel about me and how you treat me. That's on you. I'm going to focus on loving myself. And the third party just wants you to break up because, the problem isn't with the other person. It's because of you. This person just feels kind of young and immature. They believe they're very dupable. And I feel like this week you're transforming, you're allowing yourself to see what's going on and see that this person, these people are consciously trying to block your new beginning. They don't want you to be happy. I don't care what this person is saying to you. And it looks like they want to say a lot. Feels like that's how they manipulate, through communication. And they get you so lost in what they're saying that it works. You feel stupid or confused, and so you think it's a you problem, that you're confused, but that's what they're doing. They are confusing you on purpose. It looks like what's hidden also is that you're done. I don't think they realize that you've had it. I'm done. You've lost the taste for this type of, I'm just not interested anymore. I used to like this. This used to get my attention. I'm moving on. You see them as a bully. They're manipulative. They win at any cost, and that's not the type of relationship you want to be in. This person's ended up being controlling, demanding. They need to be put up on a pedestal, and I think you're seeing them, him, them, her, clearly. You're making very hidden moves right now. Ooh, I like that. Feels like you're not being loud. You're not telling this person what's going on. You're just observing. And you're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to change their mindset. You're just watching for the first time, like really watching who they are, who you've been in a connection with. And it's helping you decide what you would prefer going forward, and seeing that you've been fighting to be in a nightmare, that this is a freaking nightmare. They mentally overload you and blame you, and it's not the truth. And I think if you get the anger, the frustration, and allow that to rise, that anger is getting you out of that wounded space and raising your energy, so you have the energy for what comes next. And what comes next, part of it is realizing that you're not going to put any more energy into trying to make this work. There's like an acceptance. I see this clearly for what it is. I see them clearly. I see my part of keeping myself blinded to this. I'm seeing this will never turn into what I thought it would if I stick with it. I can't trust this person. I can't trust anything that comes out of their mouth. Ooh, ooh. The advice, Virgo, this week is the 9 of emotions in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's no love here. There's no soul fulfillment here. This isn't for you. This is not for you. This is not a connection that works. This doesn't develop my soul fulfillment. It is a challenge being mentally manipulated by this person. This person has manipulated your emotions. They have gotten in through your unhealed wounds. They've broken your heart with Three of Swords energy, kind of a confirmation of third party. It's time to get on a new path. There's definite phoenix rising from the ashes type of energy here. There's a need to learn about who and what to invest your time and energy on. It feels like you pour everything into people and connections, and the wisdom that's coming through, the advice here is give a little bit and then hold off and see if they give back. And if they don't, then don't give any more of your energy, your care, your love, your attention. If they do give back, then that is at the level that they are comfortable giving back. You can see, then reciprocate and see how that goes. But even if you give a lot to someone, if you're at a level where you're both giving a lot and then suddenly it changes and they give less or none, then adjust your giving as well. It feels like this is someone who gives a lot at first and then starts pulling back their energy and giving less and less, and keeping you at that level of giving, requiring you, entitled to your energy, your care, your love, your affection, but they don't give anything back, and they gaslight you into thinking that that's what romance is, that's what love is. It's time to move to calmer grounds. Get out of those eggshells and build a new foundation for yourself. So, all right, Virgo, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments, or like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe share these videos with others who might enjoy this type of information. So, all right, Virgo, have a great week.